Shall we start, sir? Start. Can I start? I am not getting any voices. Shekhar, sir?
We have put it on.
Yeah. Please start.
Yeah,
Please start.
Yeah. Good evening to one and all. We have joined this evening to celebrate Engineers Day on the occasion of birth anniversary of Sir Visvesvaraya. On behalf of IIP, I welcome you all for this session. At the outset, I would like to give a brief note about Sir Visvesvaraya. See, we are celebrating the Engineers Day every year. How significant is the day for engineers and students today? It's unfortunate that many engineering students have not heard about Sir Visvesvaraya, and many engineering educators do not know about his achievements in and contribution to the field. Some of the very noted contributions of Sir Visvesvaraya, we have to see that as an engineer administrator, the kind of work Sir Visvesvaraya has done will stand as an inspiration to the many more generations to come. I would like to point his achievements. He was instrumental in designing and patenting a system of automatic wear floodgates in way back 1903. Sir MV was the architect of Krishna Sagar Dam in Mysuru. This was one of the major contributions of Visvesvaraya to the Karnataka and to nearby states. He designed a floodgate protection system for the city of Hyderabad in the Musi River. He is one of the who designed a plan for road construction between Tirumala and Tirupati. He played a key role in development a system to protect Visakhapatnam port from sea erosion. He was responsible for founding the Mysore soap factory, the Mysore Iron and Steel Works, the Rajendra Polytechnic Institute, the Bangalore Agriculture University, and the State Bank of Mysuru. He also commissioned several new railway lines in Mysore state. Sir Visvesvaraya has designed and carried out the waterworks for the municipality of Sukur in 1895. He is also credited with the development of the block system, which would prevent the wasteful flow of water in the dams. So, his work was becoming so popular that the government of India sent him to Aden to study water supply and drainage system way back 1906. He did so well and designed a project based on his study, which was implemented in Aden. Sir MV was awarded an honorary membership of London Institute of Civil Engineers from unbroken 50 years. He was an engineer who had planned the Indian economy in 1934. In 55, he was awarded Independent India's greatest honor, the Bharat Ratna, for his impeccable work in the fields of engineering and education. So, my dear friends and other colleagues, this is not like other day we want to celebrate as IIP. So we plan to have a panel discussion on challenges and opportunities for engineers in 2021 and beyond. So it's my proud pleasure to introduce all the panelists of the day. I would like to introduce the panelists one by one. We have with us Dr. Ranjan Swarup. He is Director General of Construction Industry Development Council, Member State Planning Board, Government of Tripura, and Member Planning and Monitoring Board of Union Territory of Ladakh. He has done his BTech Civil Engineering in Indian Institute of Technology, IIT Kanpur, in the year 1975. He has got his PhD degree from Rajiv Gandhi Technical University, Bhopal, on India working on a workable model for assessing the business risk in construction operations. He is also decorated with the doctorate by Assam Central University, India, for his sterling constructions to develop scientific and technological application. Served with several prestigious domestic and international consultancy and construction companies. He has served for over 2 decades, acquiring vast experience in engineering designs, construction management, project exports, technology transfer, and regulatory issues. He has joined Construction Industry Development Council in the year 1996 as the first director, which was formed by the Planning Commission. CIDC was formed by Planning Commission, Government of India, to reform the construction sector. Presently working as a Director General. As the first CEO of CIDC, has been responsible for consolidating and implementing several good practices in construction industry. He is also serving in various high-powered committees constituted by the Government of India and state governments, including Steering Committee on Construction for the 10th, 11th, 12th, 5th year plan constituted by the Planning Commission, as convener, as a member of working group on hydropower, surface transport and housing for development. In 10th, 11th and 12th plans he has served, and also as a convener on the review committee for contracts management systems by Ministry of Statistics, Planning and Program Implementation, as a member of Untitled working groups, as Secretary General designate as UNECE and CIDC Center of Excellence for Public-Private Partnership and Projects in UNECP, presently also serving as the Member Planning Board, Government of Tripura, and Member Planning Board of Ladakh, Union Territory of Ladakh, responsible for establishing several institutions to bring about improvements in functioning of construction industries, such as National Academy of Construction Hyderabad, Chhattisgarh Nirman Academy Raipur, Construction Industry Arbitration Council, Asian Construction and Concrete Institute. Dr. Swarup is also a member of various professional bodies, including as a Fellow of Institution of Surveyors, Fellow of Institution of Engineers India, Fellow of Institution of Civil Engineers United Kingdom, Fellow of Aquaculture Society of India, Member of Board of Governors of the following organization: Chairman of Indian Society for Trenchless Technology, President of International Council of Consultants, Secretary General of Construction Industry Professional Training Council, Construction Industry Vocational Training Council, Indian Society for Trenchless Technology Healthcare Infrastructure Development Center, SARC Construction Industry Chamber, Construction Industry Arbitration Council, Council for Application of Actuarial Science in Risk Management in Construction and Allied Industries. Dr. Swarup is also author of numerous published original papers on construction industry, is several technical journals and other media resources. We are happy to welcome you, sir. Now I would like to introduce other panelists. Engineer S. Balachandran. Engineer S. Balachandran is a mechanical engineer of 1973 batch from Annamala University and an executive MBA from Great Lakes with 45 years of industrial experience. He has started his career in Tamil Nadu State Transport during 73 to 80 and performed assignments of depot manager, works manager and bus body building manager. He had served 3 years in ground supports department of Indian Airlines in Delhi, taking care of the operation and maintenance of aircraft grounding handling system equipments. He had an overseas stint of 12 years in Middle East from 1983 to 1995. He was the engineering manager of Oman National Transport for 9 years. He had revamped the transport system, introduced the latest buses and systems. He was service manager for the largest automotive dealer in UAE, dealing in advanced cars like Lexus, Ford trucks like MAN, Mercedes, Daewoo, Navistar, to mention few. After his return to India, he took up an assignment with Swebag Singapore joint venture for the operation of containerized transportation for 1 year. He had taken up the position of general manager service in one of the TVS group companies, Sundaram Clayton, in the year 1997, and later was promoted to the vice president marketing. Sundaram Clayton has taken over WAPCO, a leader in the vehicle control system worldwide. Headquarters Brussels, promoted advanced control systems like ABS, EBS, ESC, and fleet efficiency systems like automated manual transmission, electronics, air suspension, air disc brakes, and vehicle tracking system in aftermarket. Mr. S. Balachandran promotes vehicle and road safety through seminars to officials of road transport, state transport, private fleet operators. He is trained in Jusei, Japan, in total quality management, and ACMA Assessor for Manufacturing Excellence, member of SAE, NIQR, and Union Institute of Plant Engineers. He was head of corporate social responsibility projects for WAPCO in India. I welcome you, sir. I would like to introduce the other panelist, Mr. S. Ashok Seturaman. Mr. Ashok is empaneled Bureau of Energy Efficiency accredited energy auditor from Coimbatore. Now he is empaneled with BE under the Ministry of Power Government of India. He conducts PAT, Perform, Achieve, Trade audits in designated industry energy consumers. He also conducts M&V, monitoring and verification audits in the designated customers. He is the chairman of IAEMP, Indian Association for Energy Management Professionals, Coimbatore chapter, now heading. He is a vice president. Sorry, he is vice president now. He visited abroad recently to cleaner production mechanism under World Bank project. He is a BSc and BTech from MIT in instrument technology. He is a Madras University rank holder in BSc. He has close to 40 years of field experience in industry, maintenance, project, commissioning, etc. He had professional training in India and abroad and worked for a few years in abroad. He had conducted energy audits around 200 industries under Mrs. PowerCon projects. He writes energy conservation articles in many national magazines like Electric India, Cooling India, Textile Journals, BE, IEMP websites, etc. Welcome you, sir. Now I'd like to introduce the other panelist, Engineer V. Nageshwar Rao. He is a creative, result-oriented, strong credential of 35 years of industrial experience in senior level management. He has assignments for plant operations, production engineering, project and safety management with reputed organizations such as chemical, fertilizer, petrochemicals, pharmacy industries. As a last assignment, he was a senior general manager technical Mysore Petrochemicals, Raichur, Karnataka. His academic qualifications are BE Mechanical, PG Diploma in Industrial Engineering Management. He also holds Boiler Operation Engineer certification. He also have additional qualification like Value Standards and QCI Zero Effluent Discharge Matter Trainer, Empanel Training Technical Arbitrator. He has worked in Mysore Petrochemicals Limited, Raichur, Krebs Biochemics, Vizag, Regency Ceramics, Yanam, JK Pharmachem, Padlur, the Fertilizer Corporation of India, Ramagundam, and Sri Rayalaseema Paper Mills Limited. He is also registered government valuer for plant and machinery, competent person conducting testing of tools, tackles, lifts, pressure vessels. He is also energy conservation building code empaneled at third party as the chartered engineer, empaneled technical arbitrator. He is also member of various professional institutions like IIPE, Institute of Engineers, Institute of Valuers, fellow of the Institution of Technical Arbitrators, and he is senior professional engineer of Engineering Council of India. I welcome you, sir. I am happy to welcome Engineer Ashok Jadhav from Mumbai. He is presently CEO of Global Quality Service Mumbai, and he was Director of Bureau of Indian Standards Mumbai. He joined BAS as Assistant Director and rose to the level of Director in charge of the Management System Certification in Western Region, and he took voluntary retirement as Scientist as Director from BIS, and his career started from Mafatlal Engineering Industries, Baroda, He worked there for 4 years. Then he joined ABB, Hindustan, formerly Hindustan Brown Brewery, Baroda. And his academic qualifications are, he has done his BE Mechanical from MS University of Baroda, ME in Production from MS University of Baroda, sponsored by Mafatlal Engineering Industries for post-graduation in production. He is also have the certificate course of 1 year of German language. His noteworthy milestones are, he managed 350 clients in Western region and 35 auditors responsible of steering international accreditation for RBA Netherlands and the National Accreditation Board of Certification. He functioned as trainer and imparted training in quality management systems, environmental management system, occupational health and safety management system. He was trained in Milan and started the function from Mumbai with investment of 1 crore from ICQM certification body. Successfully generated business worth 2 crores from construction sector. He's also obtained a national accreditation from National Registered Board of Professional Training from QMS Lead Auditor course. He recruited and deployed high-level team of professional civil engineers on various projects, ensured compliance audit of RBA Netherlands. He designed and implemented schemes for subcontractor rating based on quality performance. He's also having a lot of professional certification and professional membership like Canadian Standard Association Workshop, Lead Assessor ISO 9001, ISO 14000, Lloyd's Training, Lead Assessor OHS and Executive Awareness on Six Sigma, TQM program. He is also Professional Chartered Engineer from Institution of Engineer, Institute of Standards Engineer, Indian Institute of Plant Engineers. He is currently Chairman of Maharashtra Chapter. He is also registered with Quality Council of India's Lead Auditor, also member of American Society of Quality, Qualified Lead Certification, USGPC. Welcome you, sir, Ashok Jadavji. And I want to introduce our President and moderator of the session, Chairman of the session, Sri R. Chandrasekhar. He has done his BE Mechanical and MBA. He is black belt in Lean, Lead Auditor ISO 9001 2015, trained TPM Coordinator, close to 40 years of hands-on industrial experience in manufacturing, plant engineering, EHS, quality, energy management, and lean management. Currently consultant, trainer, and auditor. He is associated with Iipe from 1973. Retired as GM Manufacturing, Kennametal India Limited, Bangalore. Trained at India and abroad on various management technical experts. Carried on various projects on energy conservation management. Carried out several audits on energy, safety, environment, assets, etc. Implemented various energy conservation concepts and methods. Deployment of various renewable energy sources like solar power. Implemented lean successfully at various industries. Facilitated more than 150 lean projects. Worked on more than 100 waste reduction, cost reduction projects. Successfully implemented various manufacturing techniques like JIT, CAN, BAN, Zero Defect, TQM, TPM at Kennametal. Trained more than 20,000 persons at various organizations on various subjects like lean, safety, energy management, etc. Coordinated and conducted many national, international seminars, workshops on various subjects on the banner of Iipe. Participated and presented number of national and international seminars. I welcome you, sir.
Thank you, Prakash.
Moderator and chairman of the session, Mr. Ashish Shegarji.
Yeah.
Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Prakash. Thank you, Prakash, for a wonderful introduction of all the panel members. Okay, at the outset, I would like to thank the Institute of Plant Engineers for giving me this opportunity to be associated with this panel discussion. I welcome the panelists and the audience for joining this program. Today being the birthday of Sri Sir M. Vishwesharaya, one of the greatest engineers of our nation, and we are going to discuss about the challenges and opportunity for the engineers post 2021. And I feel this will be an apt tribute we pay to the great engineer. Challenges and opportunities are nothing new. They're already there. The one who identifies the opportunity at the right time and takes action is successful. And the one who addresses the challenge properly and converts the challenge into an opportunity is much more successful. So I see challenge and opportunity as the two sides of the same coin. It is up to the person how he takes and how he makes use of his resources to his own advantage. And with the COVID-19 pandemic and the subsequent lockdown and the unlock started now in our country, we had seen unprecedented challenges and also opportunities. All of you know that our nation is into an ambitious program or target of $5 trillion by 24-25, out of which in 2019 we have reached 2.7 trillion and we have to go another 2.73. That means we have got a lot of opportunities in the various sectors like infrastructure, construction, manufacturing, agriculture, information technology, etc., etc. And the various government policies and the other actions taken by the government schemes are also showing a lot of opportunities, especially the Make in India movement, the smart startup, etc. And one more thing we should not forget is India, it is evident that India will get a lot of foreign investment. We will have a lot of chances. The global people will come to India as a place for manufacturing. But with all the opportunities, we will have associated challenges. In the panel, we have got experts from infrastructure, construction, energy, EHS, standards and accreditation, and manufacturing. Each of the panelists will put forth the challenges and opportunities relevant to his field of experience going on from 2021 and going beyond, which the engineers will be facing. We will have 2 rounds of discussion. In each round, the panelists will get around 3 to 5 minutes to share their views. And at the end of the round, we will have a discussion to clarify or elaborate on a certain specific point and also set the tone for the next round of discussions. And after the second round of discussions, we will have the question answers and then the conclusions. Audience, if they have any questions, they can put it on the chat box mentioning the panelist name so that it can be related. At the end of this session, what I would like to see is that we should be able to shut down certain challenges and opportunities, major challenges and opportunities, and how to address it in a macro level. And also what role IIP could do in assisting the engineers in the industry to address these challenges. And also how IIP would assist the government to help the industries engineers, and in these aspects. With this, I would request the first panelist, Dr. Swarup, to share his views on these challenges and opportunities in the infrastructure and construction area. Over to Mr. Swarup. Dr. Swarup.
Thank you, Mr. Chandrasekhar and all the friends. And I'm indeed very honored to be with all of you. Welcome all the participants who are here. And I wish to thank IIP, who is a very important member of Engineering Council of India, to have considered that this particular important event is actually organized in association with the Engineering Council of India, and we are grateful for that. And I'm very happy to be with you this evening. It's a very good day and a very memorable day when we had our icon in the nation and even beyond. That is his birthday, and we remember him every day. But going back and reminiscing the great man, I always say that there is a small package that comes with him. And that is that whenever I remember Sir Visvesvaraya, I also remember Sir Mirza Ismaili. And these were the two who are the people worth remembering. Sir Visvesvaraya was the visionary. He made many things, and we don't really have to go through. They are all existing, starting from Vrindavan Gardens to anything and everything. And it could be water management, it could be transportation system, and even it went to the stage of industrializing the Mysore state, which at one point in time, and still probably is the most industrialized state in the real sense. But I think the task was carried forward very ably by Sir Mirza Ismail, and that is where I think the credit is due. And I also remember him, and I would really like to remind everyone who's sitting here that whenever we remember Sir Visvesvaraya, do remember him in a package, because these two, teacher and the disciple, both of them, they did wonderful things for the state of Mysore, which brought us a lot of pride. Coming back to the opportunities and challenges that we have today, and why 2021? I am simply saying that 2020 is still here, and we still have another couple of months going, and things are presenting all kind of challenges almost every day. As far as the opportunities are concerned, let me tell you a one liner. A nation in the world which basically has almost one fifth of the whole mankind living here, this is the largest force, and I can assure you for sure that we will never ever have, and our children and their children and thereafter, everybody will have plenty of opportunities, because the largest number of consumers are sitting in this country only. Consumer of all kind of services, may that be production, may that be construction, may that be whatever one talks about. So I would not dwell on opportunities, and I would not even put the numbers that we need to have the economy going to 5 trillion or 6 trillion. Well, it could go to any number for that matter. And when we speak of $1 trillion, it also depends, all of us know, on the value of dollar. God forbid, tomorrow, if the dollar sells for something like about 10 rupees a dollar, probably we will be very happy with few $1 billion as our economy growing there, rather than going into $1 trillion for that matter. And why not? I mean, my question always is, a country which officially imports about 1,000 tons of gold every year and consumes it, and it doesn't go out anywhere. And all I can tell you that this country consumes huge amount of gold. It has potentials, and absolutely, I don't have to really go out and give a bigger proof. Coming to challenges, and that is something which is the toughest part. I've divided the challenges in three categories. The first are the nature made challenges, and COVID is a glaring example. This is something that has crippled all of us. This has put all kind of a stoppage to all the works, interactions, and basically this has very, I would say, badly affected almost all streams of economic activity in this country, may that be construction, may that be production, may that be even consumption for that matter. And everything is interlinked with everything. So therefore, this has really put us behind by a far longer period of time than we ever thought. That is one. And it has put a lot of pressure on the economy also. All of you are aware, I don't want to dwell onto that. So that is something which is a nature gifted kind of a thing, and it's basically a passage of time that is going to be repairing that and bringing it back. But then we as stable humans, very robust humans, have always fought such pandemics, and there is no reason I see why we can't fight. And then I am absolutely certain that future is hopeful on that. Let me go to the second type of challenges that we have. And these are the challenges, they are basically the man-made challenges. These are the challenges that we have created for ourselves. And one of the issues which I raised right in the beginning, and especially related to construction industry, because I work for construction industry, so possibly I know a great lot about construction industry and the weaknesses that it has. Now, let me tell you, the first weakness that we have in our industry is the quality of people that we have with us. Let it not basically make anybody feel sorry about it, because the fact of the matter still remains that we are wanting. And that includes, I think it will start with me and goes out to each one and everyone within my segment of the industry. Look at the kind of bad condition of the cities even after a mild shower takes place. And I was reminded of, or rather, somebody was inquisitive, knowing whether it is raining in Delhi or not. And the significance that was that the last time it rained, the whole city became totally like a cesspool. And which is a fact. You look at Bombay, you look at many other cities. Fortunately, Bangalore is having such kind of a topography where you do not face this problem. But all I can assure you that as a kind of an outcome of entire subsurface infrastructure having been choked thoroughly and no maintenance which has been happening, the engineers not even conscious about it, including our municipal engineers, I think that's a matter of shame. And this is where I think I wish to tell everybody that one of the greatest dreams of a father or a forefather always is to make sure and pray to Lord that his progeny and progeny thereafter, they must basically bring glory to the name of the family. A question I am leaving for all of you is that the quality of people that we have, are we bringing glory to the name of Sir Visvesvaraya and Sir Mirza Ismail? That's a major question that we have to think. So we have to start looking at the quality of people. We have to have pride in ourselves. This is another challenge that we have. And this includes not only engineers, this also includes even the construction workers, the supervisors, and several other cadres that we have there. And I'm absolutely certain that as much as I have seen other disciplines like plant engineering, industrial engineering, even chemical engineering, wherever I have gone, I have found that this is a major, major weakness that we have. We really do not have professionals available with us, both level workers as well as engineers. And I think this is one area that needs a lot of attention. My council, CIDC, has been working relentlessly for last 20 years to basically bring about certain value changes. And that is precisely, we have been successful to some extent, but this is only tip of the iceberg. So I would like all of us to join hands and start introspecting and put certain projects in position so that the things can really go for betterment and improvement. I think that is what will be the great tribute to the leader that we have and to the icon that we have. That is one area. Let me go to the second challenge that we have. And I'm, mind you, I'm just talking about the generic challenges. I'm not getting into the kind of nitty-gritty of it because the time allotted to me is rather limited. So therefore, I would like to just cite the third challenge. And this challenge arises because of the regulatory framework that we have in position. The regulatory framework is something that needs to be changed drastically, and even the way the government thinks. And when I say government, I'm talking of all the three tiers of the government. I'm talking of federal government, I'm talking of the provincial government, and I'm also talking of the local government, the municipal corporations and the municipalities. I think this needs to change. Even within the industry itself, there are a lot of changes that have to be made, and that is something that we have to work on. Now, one message that I would like to give with the limited opportunity that I have here is that in the first week of December, we are organizing a very major deliberation where not only the representatives of government, the bankers, the industry representatives, but also many from the manufacturing sector would be joining us. And we are giving it a very apt name, that is India Construction Week. This is going to go on for 1 week. Mr. Shekhar had been kind enough to have provided us, given us the support for this event, and IIP will be joining us as partners. I think let this message go far and wide. We'll have a lot longer deliberation there, and threadbare will be talking about several things. There are issues related to banking. There are issues related to legal situations. Like how exactly are we going to interpret the force majeure provision that the government has really put in, and payment of idle wages and several other things. So I don't wish to dwell on that in this particular portion of my discourse. I think there are plenty of things, and I would invite all of you, be with us, be with the family. We'll all discuss and we'll try to find out solutions. And I'm absolutely certain that when the wise people sit together, this is a tradition in India, old ancient tradition, that we always sit together, we always reason, we discuss, and we come out with the solutions. So I don't see anything to despair. I think I see this as a great opportunity, and if we are able to come through, and I see no reason why we won't be, then I think we would know that we can handle the toughest thing in the universe. So God bless us all. Thank you so much for calling me in, and I'll be ready to answer any questions that you may have. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your views and excellent views. May I now request Mr. Nageshwar Rao to share his views from the EHS point of view.
Good evening,
Mr.
all of
Nageshwar
you.
Rao? Yeah.
Good evening, all of you, sir. I'm very honored with all of you for this occasion. So I would like to present small the presentation in this occasion. Are you able to see, presentation?
Yeah, you can see. No problem.
So challenges, opportunities in industries, head of engineers for 2021 to beyond. That is our given topic to us for this webinar. Uh, So today's industry is going to fight survive everywhere. So competition is found competition is found very difficult in domestic level as international level. So in an effort to survive, so all forms of production analysis, product reviews, material reviews are necessary. Periodic checks are required. So to bring up the industry 4.0, 4.0 is with IoT is required nowadays. It should be not only industry for IoT, is including statistical and quality process controls also required present scenario. Because of why is required to reduce operational cost, increasing the productivity, automation, emission levels, and safety. These are things that to be considered. To making this, some benchmarks are there in the process sites, and benchmarks are to follow in the comparison with the other parameters, quality parameters, product parameters, performance parameters, statistics, financially, everything at parameter. Like the legal provisions also to be studied, legal and regulations also, safety control measures also to be studied along with emission process. Mitigation measures are to be processed in industries or process plants. Codes and standards are to be followed. Contingency plans are there, that is on-site emergency plan, off-site emergency that has to be needed to be looked in. So risk and hazard analysis to be very criteria that has to be separately have to check it up. And over and above that, sustainable development goals are required for us the improvement of the industries and with the best engineering practices. So we see the process point of view, operation strategy always required. How to reduce the timings, how to make this change over things are required, how to respond to things required. For this new methodology is coming, what is the technology, people, process, information, technology, strategy. This digital formation is come, that is to be taken place along with the present conditions. Well, similarly, maintenance point of view also, a lot of things have developed from a earlier stage to reactive stage, then afterwards preventive stage, now predictive stage, now perspective stage is coming with all inputs so that people are doing very fast work. So what will happen to COVID? So because of COVID, all industries have gone very different things. Some of the industries are potential losers, some are the winners. We see the total strategy, what is the challenges based on the present scenario. So global impact, that is one of the challenge. And cyber security is a challenge. Business alignment is one thing is required. So these are the basic challenges present scenario. So what are the challenges and risk measurements? So we have to see the fragile to age is required. So fragile age is required to give up the output of the plant performance. What is the challenges and matrix we will see? Challenges means the digital transformation is required. Digital transformation means adapt of new technology, new trends, improvement of efficiency of plants, development of skilled manpower, automation of inventory, forecasting of market strategy. These are the challenges are there. Similarly, business matrix also should be seen. What are the business matrices are there? It should be aligned with strategy aspiration of the organization. It should be standard, digitized, and facilitate comparison among the units. It should be intuitive and easy understanding. It should be balanced. It should be refreshed regularly. These are things are to be matrix. When wherever plants are there, pre and post periods are usually shutdowns. So monitoring of the plants are required. What are the monitorings of the plants are required? Preservation of the rotating and static equipments are one of these things. If required, engine tests are to be doing, engine tests are to be carried out. And also other parameters of the plant, fire safety system, the tank farm area system, unloading operations, catchword system, electrical earthing system, flame arresters, safety valve checking, rupture disc, flame arresters, versus a blanket with the nitrogen, that is one of the criteria. And spike arresters, water spaces, these are to be checked. So that what will happen, any plant restarts, no, these are accidents will not be occur. So what will happen for this? Angel is required. What is angel is required? Adaptability, flexibility, response. These are the things required to keep the plant in good. Challenges are required. What are the challenges? Future image challenges are required coming in future. So wind of change, constant evaluation. Circular economic approach is required. Advanced analytic techniques that is also required. Treasure to collaboration that is required. Reconfiguration of talent of the future. Strengthening of 5M. And micro level economic environment has to check it up. Approach towards physical asset impact analysis that has to be also seen. Work execution planning in the new normal that is also required. Hub and spoke approach and behavioral change, most important attribute that also needs to be studied. The world has changed, but you need to adapt. That is also a major contribution people are studying. And more over and above skilled manpower with respect to safety, health, well-being. Everything has to do. Do nothing is not an option. So everybody should do work. That is monitor or improve. That is we have to do. These are the challenges we have to see. So what is approach is required? Holistic approach. What is holistic approach required? Design, capex, strategy, pursuit. These are the strategies to follow. Reliability and sustainability of business also one of the key factors for it. What is the sustainability of business? Reselling and planning, plus rehearsals, implementation, monitor, plus education. That's the criteria. So people have to develop technical competency. What is the technical competency? Attitude is required. Skills development is required. Skills nowadays, professional skills has to develop. Soft skills also required to develop. Unless both skills are developed, you can't technical competency you can't come out. Plus, you should have a domain knowledge also required. These are the technical competencies required for this. At the same time, you have to monitor the system very carefully. You have to analyze it, you have to monitor it, to predict it. So not only this thing, and you have to capture it, whatever you predicted it to monitor, and you have to visualize it. These are the basic things you have to look into it. So what is the commitment now? Challenges are commitment. We have to fashion it, we have to favor it, enthusiasm and commitment is required. And also makers, coders, digital engineers is also required challenges. Otherwise, conceive, create, design, make, construct, operate, this is also required. So based on this, you can give transform output will transform industry into a better way, better day for all. That is one thing. Maximum capacity, production and engagement through data. Production of the industry is an era of specialization that is required. So all this comes only will get success. How will get success? Success will come from good ideas minus fit works. So after getting all these things, we have to think how to go about it. Notice the thinking, collective thinking, think about thinking. Once this thinking is stemmed, we have to grow linearly. But here you should not go linearly because based on our challenges, opportunities, you have to go exponentially. You have to think. So exponential thinking is a non-career. In place, you have to see each system. All the each systems are there. Facilities design, participation, process information, risk analysis, third party, personal safety, work permit, operation maintenance, inspection maintenance, accident investigation analysis, environment, all status, regulatory frameworks, everything has to study to overcome. Unless you overcome all these things, then only you will get sustainability. Sustainability of the production will get. Once sustainable production will get to make in India we can get it. This is a small presentation I would like to. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Rao. Now I'll request Mr. Ashok Sethuraman to share his views.
Namaste to one and all. Thanks for giving this opportunity as a part of panel discussion. I am honored. And especially on this special Engineers Day, I just want to elaborate on the energy conservation potential that is there available in the industry. Basically, the government has been concentrating on this energy pyramid. The energy conservation part is to be all to be dealt by the industry, the energy efficiency part by the government and other activities, and on the solar renewables. Whereas if we see on the energy conservation and this total energy efficiency parts of the energy pyramid, we have this national mission for enhanced energy efficiency. Almost 74,000 crores has been earmarked by the government, and this is the time, post-COVID times, we can definitely make use of it, and the industry has to go on war footing to achieve these energy conservation procedures which are all possible on the zero cost and low cost. This is where we stand now, because the specific energy consumption for the given industry, it has already gone up because of the lean mode of manufacture. The loading is less and the loading is lean. So the specific energy consumption has gone up. So what are the ways the industries can just focus now and then come out in what ways? That is, one is by the automation in the production. They have already done it to see to it that they have the lean and the rich mode of production, whichever is possible. On the automation side, whatever they have done, they have to deploy the same in the utilities. In all the aspects of utilities, they have to deploy the same automation. The byproduct of automation is again energy conservation. So the energy conservation will be a part of the automation that is very much needed by now in the industry. I just want to take a leaf from our Dr. Abdul Kalam, our past beloved president. He used to always emphasize the national T&D laws, national transmission and distribution laws, which was around 33% in 2005. By this year 2020, it has come to 20% now. And we are aiming for almost 15% now. This T&D laws that is happening in the nation, this we wanted to control in the industry as end-to-end energy laws. Whatever that has been given on the gate-to-gate approach for the given industry, how much it is being given to the industry as a electricity or any thermal input, energy inputs, how much it is consumed, what is the end-to-end energy loss. If this end-to-end energy loss, ETE loss has been, if this can be addressed in the industry, these are all the low cost and zero cost measures that can be taken by the industry. For which you can see this Bureau of Energy Efficiency under this PAT mechanisms, perform, achieve and trade mechanism, and the other mechanism is the EESL is taken up in a big way on this LED lighting, then this national motor replacement programs, and these pumps and the air conditioners. What all the replacements that is happening in the through the government, this one, through the soft loan, through the energy shared savings program. Here you can find the IE3 motors is given more of prominence, because we have to classify the industry. See, this is the area we have during the post-COVID times. We have to visit to the industry and see the nature of loads, whether it is constant torque loads or variable torque loads. On this variable torque loads, these IE3 motors have an ample scope now. And the percentage of savings is not only 5% for any given motor, it is more than 30% if it is a load. If we can take the loads and the variable speed drives that is applied as a combo in all the loads in the industry, especially on the utilities, we can see around 20 to 30%. This is what the national average energy conservation potential that is seen. It is more than 20%, especially in the SME. This is what we wanted to achieve. So the best and the shortcut procedure, especially on this energy conservation measures on the zero cost and low cost, is one is attending to the trimming to the input, energy input, or optimizing the energy input, any of the system or subsystem energy inputs to the industry. That is one aspect, especially in the COVID times. Within the house, within the premises, what can be done? This is an area which we have not done till now. This can be taken up now. The second one is going back to the law of energy conservation. Whatever that is given as an input, energy inputted to the process or to the system, Definitely, if the losses are more, the output is going to come less. The losses are spotted by predictive gadgets, predictive monitoring systems like infrared thermal imagers, then the ultrasonic leak detectors, and the stroboscope measurements for measuring the revolutions per minute. The revolutions per minute is a mark of productivity or is a symptom of productivity. All these are available through latest non-invasive gadgets, and that too by predictive monitoring mechanisms. We can definitely gear up the industry and reduce the energy consumption for the given industry at this level of production. This is one aspect, and the other aspect is, see, especially in the post-COVID times, we have to see what is the energy consumption when there is the production is not there. What is the self-consumption of all the equipments in the production and in the utility? These are all the areas. If the industry is concentrating now on each and every equipment, because still we have not gone into full load, the full swing or the 100% loading for the industry is not there now. This is the moment to concentrate on each and every equipment and see that how much of self-consumption or the self-loss in each and every equipment or in the process is happening, and how this can be addressed to. And what is the energy consumption towards the production? What is the energy consumption towards the self-consumption? If this is addressed, definitely we can say where we stand, where the industry is. It is a self-introspection for the given industry to go up now, to go ahead now. One is the trimming of the energy inputs to the each system and subsystems. The other one is, as I said, the energy conservation law says the hot spot symptoms is a symptom of energy loss. This can be started by the thermal imaging and other latest ultrasonic, all these predictive mechanisms, and this will give a way where the energy loss is happening, how it is happening, and how this can be controlled, and how this can be fine-tuned. So ultimately, the energy conservation procedures, especially post-COVID times, it is taking a bigger stage now. It is taking the major stage now, and each and every industry has to concentrate and they have to achieve it. Because why? See, if you take any industry, either a transformer or motor, it is always having an efficiency of 90% and above. Whereas if you take the loads like pump or blower or fans or any compressors, every efficiency of all these subsystems are all around 50 to 60% only. This is where, when the efficiency of generation is less for the given industry subsystem, especially in the utility and production, this is the area to be attacked, and we can definitely come up in a big way, and we can address the system, and we can improve the efficiency of the subsystems from 50% to 70%. This is what the government also wants. The national energy conservation potential is around 23% on the SME side. It is a macro level thinking, but this is very much achievable, and it is achievable more if the industries are able to condition monitor what is their production and what is their energy consumption. If both are going in a parallel balance, definitely industry can achieve this energy conservation potential in a very big way, especially in these post-COVID times. Thanks for giving this brief time, especially now. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for your very effective listing and interesting point you have made out on energy conservation. So next, I would request Mr. Ashok Jadhav to share his views on standardization and accreditation. Ashok Jadhav?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. And it's my pleasure to be with all the very senior panelists. And I also thank Mr. Swarup for coming here, our president for coming here. Prakash, you can pin me because I am still in the...
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you very much. And just to tell you what are the benefits and what the country is doing in the field of standardization. So I will just take 4 examples. Okay. So Prakash, you cannot pin me because still Ashok is there, although I am also Ashok.
Already you are there, sir.
But I can't see myself.
No, you
Okay.
can't see. Go
I
ahead.
can see. Yeah, now I can see myself. Thank you very much.
I have done it, sir. I have done it. Okay.
Yeah, because we both are Ashok, so no problem in sharing the screen. So I will just focus on four products. One is cement, of course, which Mr. Swarup will also agree with me. He is an expert in that field. Second is steel. Third is toys, and fourth is gold. Now, what our country has done and what has happened to our engineer fraternity by making these products compulsory or mandatory. First is cement. Way back in 1990, the government of India decided there was a lot of cement quality problems. There was IS 269 was there, the grade was not there, quantity was not. So BIS was made mandatory, and slowly, I was in the field that time, and I used to go to ACC Cement, Birla Cement. They used to say, what is this BIS? What are they doing? Do you know what are we? We have 18 plants in India. We have 30 plants in India. We are set the standards. We used to say, okay, I am a small assistant director. If I find that your 20 bags average is less than 48 kg, I will give you a discrepancy report. And from that day, they have realized what is the importance of standard. And many amendments have come in that standard. But this was in 1990. People were not aware. Cement was being made, no quality, no quantity, nothing. And now I tell you, any one of you, go to the market, take 20 bags and make an average. It will never come below 50, even 100 grams. That is the improvement which has been done by engineers, the standard engineers, and by Bureau of Indian Standards, going very systematically how to improve the basic quality. And today, you know how I am getting clients from Dubai, from China, from Iran. They want to send products to our country, but first condition is they have to get ISI mark. The first condition is that the product has to be ISI mark. Do you know getting a ISI mark? You have to set up a complete laboratory. At least 10 people are employed in one factory. When the cement industry was there was nothing like a quality control person. Nobody was there. Only one owner or some managers used to bear, and they used to do whatever they used to do. But when BI started monitoring quality, it has tremendously increased. Not only 53 grade, but everything has improved. The second case study, this was long back, but second case study is steel. In 2019, very recently, November 2019, this product was made mandatory by government of India. Whenever I used to visit steel factory, they used to tell me, we don't know about IS. What is this IS? Why it is why 6528? And we know GIS, we know DIN, we know Japanese standard. We are like they used to feel talking about Indian standard as if they are talking something substandard. But government of India said nothing. If you have to sell steel to India, it has to be BIS certified, and BIS certified requires that an officer from India will go to China or to any other country, draw the sample, and it has to pass in our laboratory. This had created tremendous opportunity for steel industry to make in India steel. See, we are not talking just make in India, but now because of standardization and restriction on sending the product to the country, lot of improvement in backside is going on. Steel quality is improving. Steel people earlier they used to say the spring steel where I have gone. The German steel is costing say 12,000 US dollars. China steel is costing 4,000 US dollars. And making the same steel in India is just not possible in this cost. It will be 15,000 or 16. So they had a very good estimate. Whatever steel we make, either it has to be Japanese, it has to be Chinese, or it has to come from Germany. All critical industry, all stainless steel was just coming from us. But now that has stopped. We are asking our own people, make the product as per the international thing. The specification which was never heard by people, they are following. They are learning now what is standard and what is Indian standard. And our standardization department is also doing a lot of work in this matter. They are upgrading our standard. We are no less than any European EN standard. We are just equivalent to that. Now it is time for the country's manufacturing sector to come up to that. So here is a great opportunity for it. The latest product which is mandatory, you will be surprised, it is the toys. The small toys which our children use, how unsafe they are. So there is a standard IS 9873 and it is equivalent to ISO 8124 part -1. That means it is not a ordinary specification. Our manufacturers who are just now running here and there, They have never seen in their life any standard. And I am straight away teaching them about ISO standard. What is ISO? What is EN? What is small part? And this way, but this is only 1st September, this has become mandatory. You should not buy any product which is not BIS certified. And getting a BIS certification means having a laboratory, having a testing laboratory. And there are more than 4,000 Indian manufacturers, small or big. Only 500 have come now up till now. And there are 3,900 still remaining. Import from all these developing countries like China, Taiwan, Vietnam, it was more than 6,000 crore, 6,000 crore. That has just been stopped. And next year, 1 year, they will just go to get the BIS. This is the opportunity for Indian industry. This requires both the government will, even one single day has not been extended. Normally, whenever the certification is there, they used to extend by 1 month, 2 months. But this time, maybe there are so many political, non-political issues, I don't know. But 1st September was the last day, even 1 day has not been extended. Everybody has been asked to go for BIS certification, get your laboratory, get your product tested. And if you meet it, then only you can be permitted to mark the product as a safe product. So this is a big opportunity for our toy manufacturers. They are all crying, hum kya karenge? We are very small. We cannot afford a laboratory. We cannot afford a QC person. But nothing doing. BIS said, okay, if you want to make in India, you have to follow the norm. Because if they make it compulsory for the Indian manufacturer, then only they can make it mandatory for the international organization, other countries, because that is a WTO law. First, we have to adopt, you have to follow it, and then only we can. This is the third product, and the fourth product is gold. Gold was supposed to be mandatory from 15th of January 2020, but because of COVID, they have given some concession. It will become mandatory from June 2021. Mr. Ram Vilas Paswan is the minister of this Bureau of Indian Standard. And you imagine one laboratory costs something like 70 lakhs rupees to establish a good laboratory of meeting the BIS requirement. And they are estimating that after every 10 shop, there will be one marking center required. That means you can imagine, even in a small town, there are 100. That means there will be 10 centers required to just to certify it. So it's a very huge thing, very big opportunity for Indian engineers. And whatever it is said and done, the government is helping imposing the things correctly. And we are being encouraged. We engineers now have to take our stride in the field of standardization, in the field of quality management. Let us come upgrade our product to the international level. And then people should say, okay, go and buy from India. And it is really reliable. It is equivalent to the international. This is what I want to say in my short this. Thank you very much, Shekhar. Thank you, all of you. Wish you all a very happy Engineers Day. And it's great to be here. Thank you very much. Over to Shekhar.
Thank you, Ashok Ji, for enunciating a lot of opportunities. You have shown so much of opportunities for the engineers in helping the industry to meet the standards, basically. That itself is a big work. Now, may I request Mr. Balachandran to share his views?
Good evening. Please correct me, my tone and sound is okay?
Okay, sir. Okay.
Thank you. The earlier panelists, they're all great experts in their field. I learned a lot. Thank you, sir. Starting from Ashok to Ashok. So it's a great learning for me. It's a good lesson listening to all of you. I would like to share. I prepared my presentation with the COVID, after COVID and the future like that. But after hearing you, I want to share some of the things which I faced in my life. I was working during my introduction. I have been introduced the way I used to be. One thing I had faced in my career. I went to Middle East. Okay, at the time we have been importing buses from Europe. Okay, at the time we were what we are doing is we are importing buses from starting from uh, Germany, even Korea, like that. Then our Indian vehicle came for, I being an Indian engineer, first time I'm going in 1983, I included Tata, Leyland, all these buses. After great struggle with the local Oman authorities, I was able to get some 5 Tata buses. Even Leyland did not come. So near about 60 buses had been arranged in a row. The local Omanis, they know a bit of Urdu, and a good Urdu they know, but they are called Baluchis, some of them. They came to my cabin. They were having some naughty laugh in their face. They told, Balasab, you are an अब तो हिंदी है ना बहुत शरीफ आदमी है वेरी गुड सर गांधी है ना आपका गांधी बहुत बड़ा आदमी है बढ़िया आदमी है then he told sir it's good गांधी बढ़िया आदमी है इसी का मतलब ये नहीं है उनका गाड़ी क्यों लाए why you brought Gandhi's vehicle in this era like that they asked me the way in comparison our Indian vehicles were like that and it is another pain for me that 5 vehicle will never go out online. People will not take it online because of the power capacity and the seating arrangement. People don't like. Now I am looking at our vehicles today in India. The way it is being manufactured, it is to in any means in the international level it has come. So that way, India has the capability to cope with this situation and also raise it to the occasion. So that way, it's a green silver lining in the clouds. What we say. Now, I will tell you what I faced in COVID. The COVID is like a total heart attack for the industry. And since I am facing the MSMEs, and it is such a disaster for them, everything stopped. Banks stopped their payment. Whatever customers paid, they had given advice. They have stopped. Workers are leaving, and the stock is piling both in the raw material and also in the finished product. They are left high and dry. Okay, and it is such a many of them even went to a level of extremes. That was the condition. Now they're about 15 to 20 days. Now it is opened up. You won't believe. You won't believe. Many of these industries have now come to a gearing up of 70%. 70% of production level they have reached. It is one, but for the demand, they can even touch 100%, 110%. They have that sort of a, ways and means, wherewithals to cope with the situation. So this gives us such a great hope that we can able to do that. One another example I will tell you, my own personal example. We were earlier Sundaram Clayton. Then it was taken over by WAPCO, a German technology partner. They took over it. At the time, it was a thinking that India will be dumped. In our Indian wing of WAPCO. What happened in a matter of 3 years? 3 years, Indian engineers went to Germany and managed their plant. Will you believe? Even China, they put China, as a design center. They moved the China design center to India because the Indian engineers are so versatile and capable. They brought over to India. So what I mean to say is, an industry which was thought to be that it will never come up, with the German standards, and even today, the Indian engineers are manning the American plant, American production system. Even the production line is assembled here and then exported to Brazil. So that is a condition now we are. Since I had some sort of other preparation, but after seeing the experts discussing here, we should not talk on what had happened, all these things. What is in, as Dr. Sarup has told, we have got a lot of opportunity, our children, definitely. So even though there are a lot of shortcomings and the situation demands improvement, things will fall in place. That's my thing. And what I will request is the industrialist or the owner must focus on his work, on his business. Definitely, he can able to come up whatever the situation. There are some people who went down also. There is always a great hope, and also even many industries are banks are helping, even though it is bad on the part of banks now, even though they are given the loan, But for the moratorium period also, they are putting the interest on interest. These are all the things which the government has to help the industry. Another thing is all our factory inspector and labor officers must become, instead of policemen, they must become facilitators or handholders for that. They must be given a task of bringing more industry to their industrial area. Then it will have a dramatic change. It is like a policeman booking cases at the end of the one way. It should change. These are all the things which will definitely improve. And with the experts like you to guide the industry in the standardization to quality improvements, and we can do that. And also they have to form a cluster. Now the NIQR and the QCFI, CII, and ACMA, all these people are allowing cluster arrangements to gear up these people and bring their technology. So that way, if they can able to cooperate, they can able to bunch together their requirements and place one single order. They can able to get lot of advantage. That's how the China is doing. I had been there twice. I had seen their complete, the industrial area and their sourcing system, bulk buy. So we can also do that, and in very quick time, short time, our engineers are capable of picking up. They can do it. So this is my thing. I have got lot of other details, but this is now at this for the experts like you. It is too. It will be too repetitive. My thing is India can rise. And one thing I tell you, Niti Aayog, I took my the previous chairman, the German person. I took him over to his chamber, and we explained how the WAPCO has brought India to that core. And the Niti Aayog chairman asked, "Sir, do you want anything?" He straight away told, "No, sir, I don't want anything, any favor from you. We are capable of doing things in a better way with the Indian engineers." That's what the answer. And Niti Aayog chairman was taken aback. A person saying, "Sir, I don't want any help from you," like that. So that's a confidence our Indian engineers had given to the German chief. This is what I want to say. Any other question I can answer later on. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, Shivachandran. I think we have completed our round of discussions, and now we will go for the question answers. Initially, to start with, I have got some few questions which will elaborate certain aspects, and then we will go into the questions from the audience. Okay. First thing is, one question I would like to ask Dr. Swarup is, Swarup was telling the quality of people has to improve. I do agree, but I also have a feeling that we do have a lot of qualified people and capable people. I do agree that quality of people, maybe the youngsters who come in out of the colleges should have a much better exposure of the industry and all. And what could be one of the solutions in a macro level to improve this quality of people?
Well, that's a wonderful question. And I think this is a situation that is looming over everybody's mind. But let me compliment two of the fellow panelists who spoke before after me. One is Mr. Jadhav, and what he pointed out was very useful. Let me tell you, Mr. Jadhav, if you had asked to become the Queen of England today, you would have become. I have some solutions for you, okay? And I think I'll be discussing in detail with Mr. Chandrasekhar, and tomorrow that will come out, and we'll find a solution for this problem that you are facing with Bureau of Indian Standards, and I think we'll be able to sort that out. So there are many people who will be really very happy about it. The second issue is about what Mr. Balachandran spoke about, and which was absolutely correct, that we have a problem which basically arises out of ignorance of the agents of the banks, and a very right solution for Mr. Balachandran. The problem that he raised also exists, and this is another thing that I'll discuss with Mr. Chandrasekhar, and we'll come out. But now coming out to the basic question that was raised about the quality of people and things like that, I quite agree with you that we have some of the most I would say, astounding people in the world. Think of Mr. Ramanujam, the mathematician that we had. Think of Shakuntala Devi, the person who could just miraculously do any sums for that matter. And that takes me to kind of historical situation where a wanderer called Al-Baruni, he visited the Indian subcontinent. And this was basically before the, you can say, the Islamic invasion in India. And they were basically traveling and wandering around. And he wrote something very, very interesting. He said, India is a very peculiar place where you have diamonds and pearls of wisdom, but you have plenty of dung. So you have wonderful people, which are very few in number, and they are astounding and excellent. And they develop and create out of nothing. But then you have the people. The masses basically are the ones who masquerade as the professionals, but they are not. Now, let me just give you a small test. You visit any engineering college and the kind of young engineers who are coming out. Just examine the quality of the teachers, the way they teach, the way they groom the young persons, and put the mental clock about 30, 40, 45 years ago and think about what exactly our teachers taught us when we were graduating in engineering. Let me share this with you. One of the greatest blessings that I always count, apart from being born in the family in which I was born, to be full of gratitude to my parents. And the second position goes to the teachers who taught me when I was in Indian Institute of Technology, Kanpur. You talk of Dr. Dayaratnam, who taught me structures. You talk about Dr. Ananda Krishnan. You talk about Dr. C.N.R. Rao, who taught me chemistry. I am one of the very few privileged students whose teacher is a Bharat Ratna. Compare the kind of teachers that exist today. So where is the problem? The problem is that we have stopped hand-holding. We do not bother. The blame again comes squarely on us. If we do not teach, if we do not educate our descendants, our children, believe you me, the family values will be lost. I'm a great proponent for the family values. Now the kids who have gone to the schools possibly are in the age group of our grandchildren. And what kind of education are they getting? Who's teaching them? That's a question. So about 3 years ago, ECI took up this matter with All India Council for Technical Education. And we said that no engineer is an engineer who doesn't undergo the internship. And not the internship, the type of internship that was prescribed in the engineering curricula. You and I know it very well that 2-month thing was almost like Bharat Darshan. The boys will just go around, they'll have fun, they produce some certificate, and that goes for the fulfillment of they're getting their BTech degree or BE degree or whatever. So we said that let there be a structured system. ECI created this system. Many member organizations of ECI like CIDC, like Indian Society for Trenchless Technology, ACC are following the suit. Every year, students come to us for internship. We take them as our own children. We send them to industry. I would be more than happy to share the structure with IIP. I would encourage all of you to come in as mentors, to nurture the new generation. Believe you me, if you do not give the family values to the youngsters, where exactly are they going to take it? Who will remember us? You may have a bright spark, but out of millions, there may be one. So let us all commit ourselves to sit down together, think about it, groom the youngsters, and going by the scriptures, the students were known by their teachers. And finally, it was the teachers who were known by their students. If Arjuna was supposed to be a great archer, the doing was that of Guru Dronacharya. So first it was Guru Dronacharya, and then it was Arjuna. And that is something that we have to create. Forget about anything about, this independent India and kind of Atmanirbhar Bharat and all that, political rhetoric that goes around. The fact of the matter is that if we resolve that from within ECI and all our member association, if we are able to create 300 lion cubs every year, take it from me, we are going to rule the world. Only 300. They are more than enough. Get the committed boys and girls. Talk about it. If someone wants to come to you, accept it. We'll take him to places. There are new opportunities emerging now. We'll take them to places. So we'll work it out. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Next, I got one. Hello. Hello.
Yeah,
next
we can hear you.
Yeah, next question is for you only, Ashok Yadav.
Okay, sir.
You were telling about the various sectors like cement, steel, toys, and gold, and a lot of people have to get this ISI certification. I feel that some may have all the facilities and this thing, and some may not have. As you told, the small players may not have. And also, I don't know how many people are there to help them to get those required compliances and all. So, in what way an institution like IIP play in helping these people to get the certifications? It could be in guidance, consultancy, or even in setting up their labs and other things.
Actually, first thing which the standard engineer requires is the experience in certification. So I feel our focus is mainly on maintenance part. So I don't feel IIP can jump into this new field. But of course, what our forte is, what I have understood is maintenance, maybe any type of maintenance. Now, this Bureau of Indian Standards published many Indian standards on certificate maintenance side also. What I feel, our not losing our IIP focus, we should more focus on the maintenance side of the following international standards or international. I am always there to help people. And even as a IIP, if we can form some small core group, which can focus on, but consultancy and standardization is altogether different, because since I am doing this activity for a very long time, Mr. Swarup will also agree and others will agree that this is a different ball game of testing, inspection, and doing a third party inspection. So IIP has a limited role here to play as a maybe, but if you want to open up in this area and start, already our Hyderabad is doing some third party for industry. That is the area what I am also looking for Maharashtra. that we can give some service. Like every industry requires a sound monitoring, their resistance monitoring, their lux measurement. These are all necessity of an industry. Why we cannot have something, some people of our who can give this service at a professional rates to the industry? Okay, IIP will give you one report where we will measure the sound level in your factory, we'll measure the lux in your factory, we'll measure the vibration in your factory, we'll measure the condition of your machinery. Even this small service, which is very much in line with our principle, I feel we should focus on. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Sir, with this, what I would like to is we'll put the forum open to the audience also. I would like questions from the audience.
Yeah, I have a point.
Yeah.
I am Sitaram. Yeah, I totally agree with the deliberations. It was really very nice. And I'd like to compliment Dr. Swaroop, as I am from Institute of Science 80s. I totally agree with him. The teachers, including Professor C.N.R. Rao, was also my guru. And the specific points Dr. Ashok Jadhav mentioned. See, CPRA has been totally immersed in codes and standards. This is a very, very technically, scientifically well-defined activity. IIP can possibly get into it. It requires a lot of preparation. So, but in addition to that, I'd like to make one point. You see, we all know Sir MV was behind hard work, planned, disciplined work, efficiency, as well as courtesy in service. But in this regard, I'd also like to mention unforgettable Steve Jobs, he said recently, because he is no more. He mentioned that your time is limited, so don't waste it along someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma. It is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of other people's opinions drown out your own inner voice. My important point is to develop courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow know very truly what truly they want you to become. Everything else is secondary. So these 2 points almost converge. See, now we are going into industry 4.0, IoT, sensors, clean technology, e-mobility, carbon footprint, circular economy. That is something extraordinary. I think the point which was made on energy conservation, I think that will be expanded. Data analytics and artificial intelligence, and finally security, including digital security, including all types of security. So I think the road ahead is very big, and I strongly feel that there is a good convergence of thoughts, and engineering skills are always relevant to change the world. So we'd like to have discussion with each one of the seniors who have deliberated today more and more, and take it to both academicians as well as the bright engineers. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sita, for your observations and comments. Good. Okay. Any other questions? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. So if no other questions are there, can we sum it up? Hello?
You can come in the camera, sir.
Your
Okay, I'll
photo is not seen. We can't see Mr. Shekhar. Yeah,
okay.
now we can see.
Yeah. So Prakash, if no other questions, questions have come in the chat? Let me see.
I am not seeing any questions.
Okay.
Let me check up. I think, okay, there is no question, sir. There is no question in the chat.
If there are no questions, can we sum up?
Or any other question to the panelist, among the panelists, or something, some clarification required?
Even the panelists can ask any questions if they have on the views of the other panelists. No problem.
Actually, Prakash, I feel people are trying to speak, but their mics are muted. Can you unmute their mic?
Yeah, myself. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, Mr. Kochi Kola is want to
Kuchalla
speak.
Murthy.
Yeah, Murthy.
So
sir.
I'm KVRS Murthy from Hyderabad. I'm a chief scientist retired in CSIR IISc Hyderabad.
Okay.
I'm an active member in the Hyderabad chapter. My question is not a question. My sharing with I congratulate and thank Dr. Swaroop for his excellent comments on the mentor and student activities that is to be done. First thing is what I would like to share is the brain drain from the country that is to be stopped. That we are unable to do that. For that, the government, as well as the universities and IITs, NITs, they must take care of the people in order to stop the brain drain and utilize the manpower in this country. That is not happening. So how we go about this in the future generation for the 21st century? That is one of the I want to share with Dr. Swaroop. Another thing is Hyderabad chapter is also focused on this type of mentoring. We adapted with the great difficulties some of the colleges, and we started student centers from the in Hyderabad, about half a dozen, including JNTUH students. And we organized some of the student chapters, and we deliver the lectures and give some of these type of mentoring to the younger generation, younger students, to get what is exactly the engineering and what are the activities. Yes, it is very poor. Nowadays, the students, the engineers that are coming out from the colleges and universities, the IQ is very less. And we must contribute to this type of mentoring in the colleges in the future so that our future engineers, as Dr. Swaroop rightly pointed out, to train them to have a focused engineers in the future generations. That is my just sharing with Dr. Swaroop.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm Gopal Krishna from Hyderabad, Institution of Plant Engineers. I'm associated with this institution for the past 35 years. So we have Center of Plant Engineering Services where give the third-party testing and certification and compressed air systems and lifting tackles and other things. But again, there the competition is very high, so we are not able to do much business in that. We used to do maintenance audits, we used to do energy audits, in different industries. I mean, but after slowly, I mean, the competition from outsiders are more, so we are not able to, as an institution, we are not able to compete much. So, I mean, solution is even we have to get some training because our systems, I mean, maybe outdated now. What we have studied about 30, 40 years back or 50 years back, that may not hold good now for the present way of working, artificial intelligence, IoT of things. Many of these things we are not following. So my suggestion, how IIP can go into this. I want some solutions for this from you.
Sir, I am from Indian Association of Energy Management Professionals, the Vice President. There, the Bureau of Energy Efficiency Certified Energy Manager, Certified Energy Auditors, and Accredited Auditor. I am an accredited auditor also, and some are there in our group also. We are already mentoring many of the students, and we are giving lot of inputs to the student chapters. Many of the student chapters from our IAMP that we can take it up in IIT also, as well in the Indian Institute of Plant Engineers. That is one aspect. And the energy awareness or the energy conservation attitude and the employability towards the energy management side, that we can focus now, because this is the area which we all have to focus, because that is at the bottom of the pyramid, and that we can achieve through the students who are the young budding engineers. They can come up in a very big way, and every electrical engineer or any core engineer has become an energy manager, employable in the industry, and he will be very much useful to the industry as an energy manager. Thank you, sir.
Good.
But
And,
Mr. Ashok, there are
value
about
also
60,000
Very largely agreed.
energy auditors, and they are not finding any work to do.
That is why,
This is
that
the
is why I am
other
telling,
side of the story.
that is why I am telling, we want more energy managers and auditors to get ourselves totally
Yes, yes.
engaged with all the industries.
No, I agree with you. We have got a lot of potential of in energy conservation. A lot of potential. Anybody
Part
else?
of asset management, yes.
Yeah. Anybody else?
Nothing. Happy.
Okay.
Very good program of IIP after a long time.
Thank you.
So the new committee has taken over. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. So shall we sum up?
Yes.
Shall we sum up?
Sir, if the chair permits,
Yeah.
then there is a question, very interesting question, which Mr. Murthy raised. And I presume that it was addressed to me. So I think it is incumbent on me to respond to that.
Please
And he
respond.
was worrying about the brain drain,
Yes,
which
sir.
is going out of this country. And to Mr. Murthy, I have to tell you something.
Right.
Let us produce lion cubs. And don't worry, a country which is basically having 1/5 population of the whole mankind on this planet is ready to conquer every corner of this world. You are seeing they are basically entering into the governance of United States, Kamala Harris. They are in huge numbers in England. And I see no reason when our children are going to be running the entire all corners of this world. So let us not go back to that kind of a worry that we have to stop the brain drain. We have to now improve upon the kind of brains that we are sending outside, and more so work on improvement of brains that are going to be working in the country. Believe you me, with this change philosophy, I think we'll be able to sort out the problem. That's not going to be a great problem. Only thing is, we have to sit down together. I have already sent a small message to Mr. Chandrasekhar. Tomorrow I'll have a discussion with him, and the points that have come out of this particular discussion, in order to make this whole deliberation so meaningful, I will give him few suggestions for him to implement. And believe you me, Engineering Council of India will definitely be backing it up all, because we feel that engineers deserve this. Thank you so much and good night.
Thanks, sir. Thank you, Lars.
Oh, thank you so much.
There is, yeah, thank you, sir. There is one question to Mr. Balachandran. Can he come on?
You still have a question? Come on now.
To Mr. Balachandran. Thank you, sir.
Oh.
Thank you, Dr. Swarup. To Mr. other panelist, Dr. Balachandran. Is there?
Yes, sir. I'm on. Yes, sir. Please put your question, sir.
Balachandran sir, you can unmute your video and keep your audio on.
Yeah.
Mr. Chandrasekhar, can I take leave?
Yeah. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much. Good night, good night everybody. I have to leave you now. Thank you.
Thank you,
No
sir. Thank you very
Janaganamana
much.
for us. National anthem.
No, I have
Panel discussion. We'll have a conclusion session. That's all. 5 minutes conclusion. That's
Okay.
all. After all the questions are over, we'll have a conclusion.
Balachandran sir is there?
Yeah, I'm there, sir.
Sir,
Yeah,
I
sir.
We can't hear him.
We can't see him, we can't hear him.
His voice has gone low.
Yeah, one minute. Yes.
Yeah.
What will be the low cost manufacturing hub theory? What we know, who is the low cost manufacturing earlier? So what will be for that theory now, post COVID?
Okay.
Who will benefit?
Low cost manufacturing?
Low cost manufacturing, sir.
Yeah, okay.
The question is, what will be the low-cost manufacturing hub theory in post-COVID situation?
Yeah, definitely the COVID situation. And am I audible to you?
Yeah. Now you're audible. Yeah.
COVID situation had given people a lot of methodology to reduce manpower, because sudden migration of people to their hometowns made these people to run with 50% of the strength, and especially low-cost automation. To give you one example, in the industry I worked in WAPCO, what we used to do in 1/5 of the cost automation, Germans used to do, you can understand that for them automation means it is in tens of thousands of dollars. When it comes to India, we used to do it with the same thing in 1/5. That's what I told you. We used to set the production line here and used to transfer it to Germany or transfer it to US. Otherwise, the cost is so much. So it is actually, it is not a full automation. It is the ingenuity of our Indian people, and make use of it in the through it can be through cooperation from the workers through TTM, TPM, all these things. Lean, and also there is a very good lean teachers now in India, especially in the lean manufacturing. So if anybody is interested to have that sort of thing in any industry, definitely we can able to give such an input to those industry. That's what in the outset I told. The industry where India was regarded as it will be gone case when the Germans came. Now Indians are running plants in Germany. So that way, the low cost automation or frugal engineering is the name of the day. There is no textbook for it. It is only Indian engineers and Indian workers working on it.
Correct.
That's what. One more information also I will give you. The Hyundai plant in Chennai is a model plant for entire Hyundai all over globe. People come to Chennai and they learn all these, the frugal engineering and also innovations, low cost automation. Mr. Murthy is not audible actually.
Hello.
Yeah.
Anybody wants to have a question now? I hear something which is not very clear.
Yeah, that's what I'm also not clear. What is
Anybody wants to ask a question? No, whoever wants to ask a question, please unmute and then talk.
Otherwise, they can send it by typing in the chat.
Okay. If there are no more questions, I will start summing up. Okay. Hello.
Yeah, I feel it is
Go
better.
ahead.
We'll sum up now. So we had a wonderful panel discussion. Very interesting points that come up from the various panelists. Few of the things which I have dotted on is, one is the quality of our engineers, very important. And what could be done was discussed a bit, but we had to work out a plan for how to improve. One of the thing which is already there is the induction program, how to improve the quality of the outgoing engineers. That is one point. The second one is what in energy conservation. I think the plant engineers have got a lot of. Hello. Please mute your. Okay.
Mike.
Yeah. So for energy conservation, I think there is a lot of scope. Our Mr. Ashok Setaram had told we have got a potential of 20 to 30% in energy conservation. Potential is there, and there I think IAP can play a great role in giving its help to the industry and also even to the government. We can make some, we can suggest some ideas on that. Third thing is what Mr. Ashok Yadav has told, that few products he told should get the standards. Of course, standards is not the cup of tea of IIP right now, but to achieve those standards, no, IIP has got a role. The equipment has to produce, and the thing should be in proper shape, and in there, IIP could play a greater role to achieve the result. The output of the product is the quality, and to get the output, the input should be good. And one of the most important thing is the equipment. So in equipment maintenance and ensuring that the output is okay, IIP can play a great role, and we can do. And what Balchandar told was very important, and it is the era of waste reduction. So waste reduction or lean manufacturing is the order of the day, coupled with this IoT, IIoT and all. So a lot of waste reduction program has to be done, and it will automatically reduce the cost. Normally people go for cost reduction. We have to go for waste reduction. The potential is very high in waste reduction rather than cost reduction. So there IIP could do a lot of work in terms of fires, in terms of TPM, in terms of value stream mapping and all the lean techniques. We can help the industry, and so that they. So with these few conclusions, we will also chalk out. After that, we will chalk out this thing, schedule, and what all the major challenges, major opportunities, and how to address it. We'll make out a paper and then we circulate and try to implement on that line. With this, I thank all the panelists for giving their time and coming and discussing and sharing their wonderful views, which is quite interesting and useful also. And I also thank the audience for attending this panel discussions. And I think it is quite useful and quite interesting. I think we should, in future, we should have such panel discussions on various topics. This is the first one, an experimental one. I think it has come out nicely. So I think we should do frequently these panel discussions on various subjects. Thank you. Thank you very much. Prakash?
Yeah, thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can conclude the meeting.
Yeah, please conclude. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, one and all, on behalf of IIP.
Thank you.
Thank you for spending your valuable time. We thank all the panelists as well as the participants for your participation. Again, on behalf of IIP, wish you happy Engineers Day. We'll continue our services as engineers. Thank you so much. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Prakash. See you.
Okay.
Thank you very
Happy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Take a
All of you.
snap of, Prakash.
Good night.
Take a snap of all the panelists.